she calls me sweet daddy. On that sick love blues, that sick love blues, still left at the door all alone again and again and again. She left me with another case of the sick blues. Sick blues. Then I walked down the street and found the items of interest and points and propaganda. And I walked on down and checked it out, and guess what I found? A place for me and you to sit down and collaborate with our stupid minds. What you gonna do other than sweep up the mess that you left behind? Fuck that bitch. Welcome to Items of Interest, Poems and Propaganda, everybody. I know it's not a legit professional episode, but you know, we try to put on a performance.
We try. We really try.
You like the beat?
Yeah.
Alright, let's slow it down a little bit.
Look,
so
that's the movie we didn't
Man, we got a lot of fun stuff.
It's the movie we didn't see. Which, we've already seen it. Why is it so blurred? We've already seen it. It's a great movie. Yes. That one. We've seen it. It's great. It's just been such a long time, but I want to say the last time we saw that movie was in October.
What movie was that?
The one behind you.
Oh man, yeah, we've been trying to watch it. Man, it is so good.
It's great. Can you move slightly to my right?
To be honest with you, man, we're so busy, man.
Mister, please.
I mean, we're fucking in our neck deep writing
Thank
because
you.
we gotta finish a magazine
Thank
before the month's over with. And for something that's free, we work really hard on it. Do we not?
Yeah, I know.
We
do.
It's actually impacting my work, and
It's wild.
because they wanted me to say you need to stay later, and I said I can't do that. I got a fucking magazine. People they look at you crazy, but I'm like, man, but it means so much to me. I want to let my people, whoever watches this, to know. Tell them how kamikaze I go on this shit, and tell them, no, you ain't fucking with this.
No, we're serious.
Even though
we are.
It has no income.
No, it doesn't.
But, you know, I fight for this.
Right.
And you know I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, fireman, fucking, I don't give a shit. But I gotta run around, I gotta do errands, and I gotta get materials, and I gotta get back to the house, because I got writing to do.
Right.
I said, you know, have you ever stayed up till 2 a.m. writing? They have to be up at 7 a.m. and go back to a job and do it over and over and over and over and over and over. And you know what?
Nightmare. That's a nightmare.
Now, when you do that,
right,
you can come talk to me and tell me how. And you know, the thing is with people with kids, though, I feel like it's equal.
It is. No, it is.
I understand, but I think, but this is our child. This is our brainchild.
This is all we have.
And we love you.
This is all we have.
Because this is all we have, man.
This is
and
it.
Even if you didn't watch,
it doesn't matter.
We would still do it.
We would still do it because even though there's no material gain, we're building ourselves.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have
right.
this.
We're building ourselves. This is a form of expression that's healthy. People should have something.
You know who
like that,
who did understand this concept?
You know what? Don't get smart with me. You better have a good answer.
No, I got
Okay.
What? I'm waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
You said what? Oh.
Yahoo!
Oh, a ninja attack special ops.
That's scary.
Mojave Desert.
That's scary.
Dude, I laughed so hard when I was taking a shit and reading about this. But, like, they were out there training, and a ninja with a sword just showed up. And I said...
Scary.
I said, they should give that man a award because like this is what you're gonna be up against.
Sure, I mean,
Like to me, if I was a sergeant, I'd be like, you see how quick it can happen?
should have been prepared.
You see how quick it can happen?
Should have been prepared.
Where are you, soldier? You should have hit him in the throat with your elbow and then dropped him. And you know, it's like, you see how quick it can happen? Like, you gotta be ready to take on ninjas.
You gotta be ready for anything.
Dude, I love this.
But how many
To be
people,
honest with you,
right?
I'm
But
falling in love with this fucking movie.
it's pretty, it's cute, very quaint. So, can I ask you though, how many people have a true warrior spirit? How many? Because there's not many. I'm not seeing it.
Well, the thing is I've seen it fade away.
That's not good.
The people I knew that had that spirit
Yeah.
usually got lost in indulgence and
I know.
or died.
Right, yeah. You know, they lose their way.
The
Yeah.
thing is
Would
that's
you
the
say
reason
that?
why that's a tough subject for me because I went to New Jersey when I was younger, and to be honest with you, I was trying to run away because I saw something happening.
Drugs, yeah. Meth. Got introduced. Right.
And I lost
It's
everyone
horrible.
I loved.
It's horrible what that drug does.
If they wasn't dead,
Yeah.
they might as well have been.
Right.
But the thing is I'm a big drug addict. You know, I'm about drugs, but that shit,
Right.
I'm not. But don't get me confused with that.
No.
Because I watched it fucking turn. And still, that's why I say when I leave the house, even if it's for 5 minutes, lock the door.
Right. These
I've
people
seen
are crazy.
it's just gotten out of hand.
No, that's
just the thing about down south. I don't know what it is, but it's gotten worse.
right.
Well, that's the reason I left in the first place.
Yeah. Not good.
Fucking.
I mean,
they do not care about human life.
I would
whatsoever.
say that for people who were born with that warrior spirit, right, to want to go out there and go full speed ahead and throw themselves into danger.
I'm naturally that way.
Right.
Know?
I would say that this society doesn't nurture them. Their parents don't know how to nurture them. And they die. You're right. They become fatalities. I mean, to drugs and everything.
Has anyone noticed the rise of serial killers?
Oh yeah, we were talking about it.
I called that?
You're right.
You know, studies are coming out right now, and what did I tell you during the pandemic?
2 years ago, you said there's going to be a rise in serial killers. You said that to me. We were watching South Park, and you said, you told me that night, you said, we were having a good night, we were watching South Park, but you said, there's going to be a rise in serial killers. It was 2 years ago.
That's why I say lock the fucking door.
At the beginning of the pandemic, you called that.
Because
and what are they finding? Bodies.
Attention.
They're finding bodies now.
Now
you're
they're
right.
Floating up left and right. I'm telling
Creepy.
you, I told you. There's a surgeon, and I knew this because I studied, like, I'm a weirdo.
No, you're not.
I've studied FBI and CIA reports, and they was a flux. And we go back to flux and fire.
Right.
Which I was just reading about. And
it's
I
very
told you
stoic.
what the flux and fire mean.
That's very stoic, yes.
But when the pandemic started, I told you 2 years ago, I said there's going to be a flux in serial killers.
Yes.
And there's reports by the FBI and the CIA that are trying to control these serial killers. But there's a thing about the serial killer you don't understand. It's psychological. You just can't go out there and whack them all.
No. You got to get in their
mind. The guy
mind.
standing right next to you, you would never know him.
No.
Thing about serial killers
you gotta
is
get
psychological.
Yeah.
But the thing is what we're going through. I told you it would mentally cause more serial killers. And they're starting to find bodies everywhere. But since the pandemic, what happens when you lock people in the house? I said, it's going to be a blood fest.
Keep in mind,
because
they are
would take advantage of that time.
High functioning. These people can be high functioning.
No, they are very high because they're psychopathic.
That's
but if you understand anything, and I'm telling you, man,
they can mix
they think I'm stupid.
They can act normal.
They think I'm stupid, but let me tell you what I learned in abnormal psychology about high functioning psychopaths.
They can even have families. Yeah.
Do you know that
Yeah.
Their IQs are high. They're high functioning.
They often are.
And they
Yes.
they could be working on the police force.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But you know, you
Without a
think
doubt.
you're gonna look at some guy and you're gonna point him out, but let me tell you, it's that guy that you never thought anything
The
about.
person you least expect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I watch that motherfucker.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can pick them out. Though.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're everywhere.
Oh, I know.
I'm telling you. And then when the shit goes down, I'm like, didn't you listen to me?
Right.
No, you didn't. Dude, I can pick them out like a motherfucker.
And they can
I
act.
smell them.
They can act so
At
innocent.
least I act crazy on my own. I don't hide nothing.
Right. No.
But them motherfuckers that are fucking, I'm telling you.
Right. I mean, depending on how they play it, they can be very innocent
Oh,
looking.
no, I can smell.
But they're not,
I can smell.
no.
You know, I don't have a sense
No.
of smell, but you know I can smell?
Yeah.
A psychopath.
Or a predator.
No, I can
Yeah.
smell them. I know them. I can see them. But they is so clean.
Mm-hmm.
And
They do.
I told you that was going to happen.
And you know, and don't think that they don't have kids. You know, some of them have kids.
But
they have a
no,
family.
they're loving.
I mean, they're just
they're loving.
yeah, and you
parents
don't
and
even know.
everything. You don't.
And you have no idea what's
The
going
thing
through their
is,
mind.
some of them are at town hall. They're
And you know-
voting. They're clean citizens. But what they do at night.
Right.
My father taught me that at a young age
Right.
when he was the sheriff. He said, what they do behind closed doors would amaze you. He said, that's why he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
He said they'd do cocaine and beat their wives, but they
Right.
were town hall citizens and they just
Upstanding citizens. You
yeah,
think?
but he said,
they're not.
that's. But when he go to bust them, they wouldn't let him bust them because they would like fucking beat
Prominent-
their wives, fucking their kids.
Prominent members in society,
Yeah,
so they
and
don't
he said
want you to.
and he said it fucked
convict
him up
them.
mentally because he was just trying to do his job.
He wasn't
and they
allowed to
wouldn't let
convict
him.
them. Right. That's wrong.
Because-
So.
Because
That's
of who they were. And
that's
he
wrong.
said he didn't give a fuck who they were. But
Yeah.
that's the way it goes.
Right. No, it's strange, and you know, I mean, you hear testimonies from women who said, "I had no idea. I didn't even know. She had no clue. She was duped the whole time, and her husband was burying people, just hacking people up and burying them, and she didn't even know. That is fucking sick. That's sick." Or, you know, I don't mean to mention Ted Bundy because he's mentioned way too often. There are so many other serial killers that you could
Well,
mention. But
The
Ted
thing
Bundy is a good
he's
example,
very
though.
Intelligent.
So you should study
He's
him.
so intelligent.
You have to
though.
study him because he could be very
He's-
charming. He
yeah,
could,
but
he could
that's a
seem
perfect example.
he could seem loving, but
no,
he's not.
But you know it. But the
Right.
things he would do to you.
Right.
Richard
Oh
Ramirez
God!
is the
If-
same way, but
when
he
I-
wasn't loving. He
when
was,
I read the things that man did,
But
to
the
women,
thing is, Ted Bundy is
Awful.
different because you wouldn't see it coming.
no, you wouldn't. He looks like a relatively normal person. Many women thought he was handsome. He was good with the kids. I mean, he led a normal life. A normal life. And you never would have thought. He was brutalizing women. Anyway, let's move on. Let's
Yeah,
move
man.
on.
I mean, no,
Screw
I just
that.
got a few things. Man, this beat,
Screw
I
it.
love the sound.
But I could talk about this forever. I studied
No,
psychology.
that
yeah.
sound is so nice.
We love psychology. You and I, we do.
No, this is the perfect
I
sound.
know.
It's just, I'm really pleased.
It's
Yeah,
sweet.
but Ted Bundy's perfect.
You
would've
should
never,
study him.
You would
yeah,
never
you
see
should.
him coming.
If you're studying psychology or criminal psychology, you
Ted
need to
Bundy
study
is a man,
Ted Bundy.
he's
You do.
something else.
I mean, he's overrated. But there, like I said,
But you wouldn't.
you
You
should
wouldn't.
study.
You wouldn't know. He's
Right.
He's fucking a dead bitch in the back
Oh, I know.
with her head cut off. You wouldn't know that.
Oh
You
my God.
might be the next,
He
you know?
would. I mean, if you read
I mean,
the things
it's
he
just
did.
wild because you wouldn't see it coming because he was charming as fuck.
He took, oh God, what is it? Those,
Oh shit, Cubs.
what,
Why do you think about it, man? I forgot about there's a 3 beer minimum on this show. And I forgot to bring them over here.
took like a metal, he had like a metal pole, like a metal pole
Yeah,
under a bed,
Yeah.
and this is awful, but he brutalized a woman with that. I mean, he bit their breasts, literally, physically bit their. I mean, God, he was an animal. He was an animal. I mean, oh my gosh! But to look at him, a lot of women thought he was a relatively innocent, handsome guy. No, no, not at all.
Yeah, man, he was fucking crazy.
No. I read the things.
I thought I had it more while I'm fucking disrupting the whole thing. I wasn't sure, man. It's hard for me to remember what I did last week.
Okay.
Because I know I got my notes mixed up. I don't know if I read New in Town and Nervous.
I'm not sure you did either.
New in Town and Nervous. And Venom, just keep the clothes on. Truthful, real banana splitter, or a pet spider killer. His name is a go rest in fucking peace. I've got the power. It's so hot in here. Do you know my mind? If I pop one shit button undone, he keeps his promises. I don't believe in promises. Do I need to call the police? I don't even like the police. Is the racist your police called? My people, my people. I don't know, man. That's fucking weird. Life is but a stage, and you have to go. You have to act. If life is but a stage, you have to act accordingly, or we all having dessert. I don't know.
That's adorable.
I don't know. It was, I don't know. I just write shit down, and then later
Life
I
is
go
but
back
a
and I take
stage.
the word.
We all have to act accordingly.
The thing is I go back, and when I do the rewrite, I take phrases out of bullshit.
We're all gonna eat
because
dessert.
Because sentences are
okay,
good.
Right.
And some, I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean...
Right.
No, I still save them.
Right.
Because it might mean something later.
You should.
No, I learned that from Pink Floyd.
Yes. You should.
Actually. But the thing is I take them, but they said never throw away any of your words.
No.
And you can reuse them later, and they just don't make sense now.
Yeah, you just don't get it now. But if you get it,
later,
you give it time.
It'll fit like a puzzle.
You'll understand what you were saying.
And that is the best advice I ever took. David Bowie also taught me about the cut-ups.
Right.
Because sometimes you'll see me, I'll take a page and I'll write it, and I'll cut that shit into a bunch of pieces.
Right.
And I rearrange them, like by sentences, and it doesn't make sense yet, but when you rearrange them in a certain way, you'll find that it's valuable.
What a lot of
your thoughts are very valuable.
Writers don't understand, especially at first, is that you tend to I'm stuck here. I'm stuck.
That is a fucking gorgeous fucking sound.
Wait. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. It's still stuck.
You got it?
No, the cord is still stuck. Okay, I got it. God
damn.
Let's see.
This table came from New Jersey. It's the only one. I got 1 out of 4 in the collection.
Yeah.
Because it's the only one that they didn't want because I've been painting on it.
Right.
But I've been carrying this table around with me forever.
Okay, I didn't lose my thought. What I was going to say is what a lot of writers don't understand, especially if they're new to writing, is that lo and behold, you tend to write in a future-minded way. So sometimes when you look at something you just wrote, you're like, I don't get this, this doesn't make sense, or you think this is a bunch of shit. And then, but if you just set it aside and you come back to it later, maybe days later, maybe weeks later, or maybe even months or years later, you come back to it and read it, you're going to find truth in it. You're going to find truth in those words. And it's just a mysterious thing, the way our minds operate. You could essentially, what I'm saying is you could essentially be writing prophecy. You could be writing future things that are about to happen. A lot of writers are not aware of that. You think that because you're writing in the moment, you are writing things that are happening in the moment. However, you could be writing things that are about to happen in the future. Very interesting. Now, I think it's important to mention on this note that you never hear this, but writing was at one time considered a form of magic, and also within families that were particularly religious, if there was a writer in the family, they might burn their writing because it was considered sacrilegious. Writing was considered magic. It has the ability to manipulate events, I guess you could say. I don't know. It has that power. It does have that power. It has the potential. It has the potential to manipulate events. So anyway, I mean, whether you believe in that or not, you don't have to, but those are just my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on it. If you were to ask me, is writing inherently good or bad? No, it's not inherently good or bad. However, I would say that writing has everything to do with your will. So I would factor in what kind of mood or what kind of state you're in at the time when you write, because that's going to influence it. It's going to influence the energy of that, of what you're writing.
Okay, can I tell you my writing strategy?
Sure. Do you want this back?
Yeah, I don't. I really never talked about it, and I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it matters. Maybe I'm just straight retarded. But you see me when I write. What do? I usually sit there in a zombie state and I'm just staring into the fucking wall.
Yeah, you kind of zone out, right?
You know, but the thing is, I usually like music or sound, and I like TVs, but I like as much sound.
It gets like a flow.
I have to hear sound, but the thing is, surprisingly, I like a lot of hip hop.
Right.
But I like Leonard Cohen. I mean, I can take it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what I'm feeling, man. I love every kind of music there is.
Yeah.
Jazz, classical. I love classical, jazz. Otis Redding.
There's something
Richard.
to appreciate.
There's just so much.
Yeah.
But there's so much music
style.
in the world. You know, sometimes I just want noise.
Right.
And I go to Ellen Vega and things like that. And
Ellen Vega's good.
yeah, Ellen Vega really.
He's never mentioned.
It just depends on how I'm feeling.
Right.
But I really like soul.
Right.
A lot of soul music.
I would
but
say
the thing is
Alan Vega is almost the godfather of the industrial sound.
But the thing is I love Alan Vega.
He did that.
He makes me feel okay with what
70s,
I'm doing because I'm doing the same thing he's doing.
Right. Then it picked up in the 80s, but he's really almost the godfather of the industrial sound. He was good. Very good.
And, you know, it just sucks because, you know, I only get 2 days out of the week to do what I want. You know, I write during the week, but it's not where it's got to be. I like to wait till I can really throw myself into the depths of insanity.
Right.
Insanity.
Right.
And
you know what's gonna be insane?
But you know what?
Yeah.
Well, who else writes music,
Right.
writes magazines, does a show, don't give a fuck, and works a hard labor job 5 days a week, but it pays for this, so I gotta be grateful.
Right.
But man,
respect, yeah.
When I get fucking off on Saturday, we're getting crazy.
Yeah. We do. What you do?
We're getting crazy. We're getting crazy as fuck!
Yeah, you staring them down. Okay, alright. Let's not scare everyone, honey. Okay. You have really intense eyes, by the way. Okay. Mr.
Former Google executive warns of apocalyptic threat. Artificial intelligence researchers are creating God. Well, I am God! And don't forget it. that's just what I want to say. But guess what? I got stocks in artificial intelligence, so maybe I'll do well.
Can I tell you something right now?
But no, I don't care.
It's gonna fail.
It's gonna fail.
It's
You know
gonna
why?
fail.
Because I'm here.
Right.
As long as you look, let me tell you something. As long as you have disobedience,
Right.
there will be no structure to their manufactured infrastructure.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. And I know it was sometimes, but the thing is what people forget. There's a certain time to say fuck you and not to say fuck you. It's not.
Right.
You gotta work hard.
Okay.
And you gotta be there every
That's
day.
right.
But you can't give the middle finger if you wasn't doing everything you had.
That's right.
You just can't do it
No.
just because you
No.
don't want to do
No,
it.
no.
No, you have to work hard. And if somebody gets in your way, just push them out of the way. But the thing is you can't. But that's the difference.
Right.
Is if you're not doing anything,
Right.
you can't just say fuck you and think you're part of a revolution because you're not.
No.
What are
then
you
you're just
doing to make a change?
You have no cause. Right.
You have no cause.
That's right.
Exactly.
No
Thank
cause.
you.
Right. Now.
That's the difference. But it's
Back
very minuscule now because everybody thinks they have a cause, but they're not doing nothing. They're sitting on the couch eating fucking potato chips.
Right now.
That's not a fucking.
Going back to what you said about creating God, whatever. Now, as my mother said, and she instilled this in me when I was young, she talked about this, something very similar to this. She said that humans cannot create God. She said, and they can't be God.
No.
They can't create
No,
God.
it's gonna fail.
She said that the reason they can't create God is they're
I am
imperfect.
God.
They're imperfect.
But what I'm saying, I'm
Right.
the embodiment of God. That
Right.
was the one gift I was
Right.
given when I was born.
Right.
Therefore,
You're your
I
own God.
respect the world.
You're your own God, right?
Yeah,
but
I'm a temple. But
right.
I don't.
Sure.
And I don't impress that on
No,
other people.
no.
Because we
No.
were all born with this
No.
capability, but
No.
but we're shut down, and they drench us with these ideas, and we're not capable of our own abilities because they brainwashed everybody. But you have the capability of being your own God,
Humans-
and you live in your own temple.
That's right.
And nobody knows it
That's
because
true.
they want to wipe it clean.
Right.
Fuck them.
Right.
No, I don't believe it.
I
Because
don't
I think
either.
people are starting to stand up for themselves,
They are.
and I like it.
But like she said, they cannot create God because humans are imperfect, and that's true. They
Well,
are.
that's so they can find their own God.
You know what is perfect?
But you're imperfect because those are the lessons you have to learn from your past
That's
life.
right. That is right. His life is a learning process. We're here to learn. That's why we live. That's what I
why we
believe.
live. So we can get on to the next life.
Go to the next level, and you keep learning.
So
Now,
I don't care.
what is
These are
perfect?
testaments.
If anything is perfect, I would say nature is perfect. Nature is perfect.
In every way.
It balances itself out.
That you know,
Always.
and you're gonna find this since we've been training driving. You're
Yes.
gonna find out why I like taking those morning drives
Right.
in the morning,
Right.
watching the birds.
Yeah.
And looking at the trees and driving through the country.
Right.
You see how beautiful
It is.
Don't you
It's
like
fun.
just looking at it?
Yeah.
And I just like driving and looking at it. It loosens your mind.
It
up.
does.
And I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
Mr.
You just go for a
It's fun.
drive every now and then, and it relaxes you.
Is this limbo? Or is this drugs? Is the game.
All right, man. Oh shit, that
Is,
sounds cool.
is
man.
this limbo or is this
Do you want
drugs?
me to
Sam?
change? Wait, you want me to hit? You want to try to tweak it a little
I actually like it the way it is. You can if you want to, but you don't
bit? Hang
have
on
to.
1 second.
I like it the way it is. Don't fuck this up. It's very good. Alright, because we're into 30 minutes. We better get this going. It's not 11 pages like last week. I went at it hard, but I had to kind of slow down.
How's that?
That's good. I just, I need to refuel.
All right.
I need to
All right,
refuel.
hit me with
So that's
Sounds
why
good.
this one is about 6 pages.
Is
I
it
have
too loud?
It's a little loud. It is a little loud. You have to adjust it.
I'll adjust the volume.
Thank you. What did you do? Okay. We're making adjustments, folks. Very sorry about that. Okay. Here's what we have. Is this limbo or is this drugs? Let's see what the hell this is all about. You are stuck in a bizarre state of limbo. What you decide will determine whether you can get out of it and free yourself. So if you know anything about limbo, it's bizarre. It is. But
You fucked.
so here's you are fucked, but yeah. And normally it's hard to get out of that. Normally you don't get out of that. So here's
No, usually you don't.
You don't get out of it normally. So here's what happens. You would have to pick a number between 1 through 4, and I will tell you where you are at, where you're stuck in limbo, okay? So pick a number between 1 through 4. You need to focus. You gotta focus. I know the music isn't distracting. I love it, but it might be distracting. Come on, mister.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
All right. You gotta pick a number between 1 through 4.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Professional, come on. Let's try to be, we're trying really hard here, okay?
I just got some good mixes.
I know, but now you're coughing.
I know, I'm choking.
You're burping.
Because I'm laughing. I'm full. I'm a man in a glass cage of emotions.
I know. So am I. I'm not a man, but
where are we?
Let's focus. You need to pick a number between 1 through 4, and I will tell you where you're stuck in limbo. 3. You've been picking 3 a lot recently. I noticed that. Do you know why? Or
It's just, I pick whatever comes to mind.
that's good. Sounds smart. It sounds very intuitive. If I can learn how to change what page I'm on, I can. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is 1 and 2.
Is that coming across loud enough? That's a good fucking sound. Is it coming across? Because it's hard to tell.
Honey, it is hard to tell, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're not really going to know until we're done with the recording, so it's fine. Everybody can hear it. Everyone hears it. Okay. So, number 3. You are beside the highway. This is where you're stuck in limbo. You keep reliving the same event over and over and over and over. Okay.
Sounds like my life.
So, you've had to witness your favorite dog get hit on repeat for it seems an eternity. You would do anything to stop this. Nobody wanted you to have a dog, but then again, nobody wanted you either. Which is why this dog became your best friend. You call out to him and nothing happens. You whistle for him and nothing happens. You've thrown his rubber ball to get his attention, but he still meanders into the road. So do you turn and walk away from this, or are you about to do something no one would ever see coming? So you'd have to, from here, you'd have to pick 3 numbers between 1 through 6 to decide whether you walk away or do something questionable. 3 numbers. So 1,
3 and 6.
1, 3, and 6. So 1 and 3 are for walk away. 1, 3, and 4. 6, 2, and 5 is leap into traffic. So you decide to walk away. Okay. Here's what it says. If you walk away, your family is relieved they don't have to deal with that crazy dog anymore. They said you were irresponsible and not fit to raise a dog. He died, but now you are without the best friend you ever had. And now you will always be left reliving his horrific death. Sometimes it is better to follow your own heart and not give in to what other people say, even if those people are family. Wow. The other option to that would have been leap into traffic. Very
This really
audacious.
hits home for me.
Very audacious. I'm sorry.
But no, I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Leap into traffic. This is definitely the very action that would get you landed in a mental ward. But you did it. You threw yourself into oncoming traffic just to fling your dog into the nearby ditch. You no longer have to relive his death. But now everyone thinks you've lost your goddamn mind. That's okay. It's the single most heroic thing you possibly ever could have done. Human or animal, all life is sacred. And if your family can't respect what you did, then maybe they're not so much family after all. Yeah. Gosh.
The only difference with that story is my family actually helped me out with that situation. But it's very similar.
Right.
But, during the pandemic, you know what I had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And, I gotta give respect to my family for helping me out with that because they knew what it would do to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like a son.
Right. Yeah, same old like a son to us. He was.
But the thing is, that's the only difference. My other side of the family helped me out with that.
Right.
Like a Vietnam vet take care of that, but
You want to tell people?
I was going to do it myself, but
not sure.
he knew what it would feel like.
I mean, it's a long story.
But when you're stressed out and you're working that hard, I really appreciate that.
I don't think you ever.
Because it was a hard thing. It was like a son.
I don't think you ever got to talk about it, but I mean, if you don't want to.
No, but at least my family helped me out with that. But it's like, it was like, what if you had a son and you had to shoot him in the back of the head?
I almost lost my mind. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But you know what? My family helped me out for that, and that's why I give them love.
I know.
That kind of makes up for a lot. I know we have our differences, but that's why I love him. Because he knew what it would feel like.
Right.
And I was under a lot of pressure, and that would send me over.
Yeah.
But I was gonna come home, and I just, I don't know. That would have probably fucked me up. And he knew it.
Yeah. He knows.
But,
he knows.
But it had to be done because I can't have a rabid dog, a dog with rabies jumping on you.
Right.
But these things happen.
I mean,
that was a hard thing to get over.
And folks, I had a close call with this poor dog.
But I loved him.
I mean, before he got sick, really, this dog. Here's the only way I can describe it. This is the only way I can describe what this dog did to us. I mean, I told my mother this. I said, you know what hurts more than anything? Is knowing that dog loved us more than we could ever love him. That's what hurt me.
I love that.
I said that dog loved like no other. He was happy-go-lucky. Always had a smile.
That's my son.
He'd give you hugs. He wanted to kiss you. He was sweet.
That was my
okay?
son, man.
I know he was a wild child, but yeah, somebody needs to say it.
But we would wrestle.
Someone needs to say that dog loved more than we ever could. And if anything, he inspired me to love more. That's all I can say.
He was that kind of animal.
He was that kind of animal.
He was that kind of animal. He made you want
I want to love like that.
You want to...
So that's what I hope I do.
But man, I saw that change in it.
God, but the way this shit almost made me lose my mind. He had what appeared to be rabies. Now, rabies is a slow progression.
Nah, he got wicked, man. But a dog of that size, he was a pit bull, a German Shepherd.
Oh God, he was a big boy.
If he was to jump on you,
yeah,
you would not get him off.
No,
That's what I was
he was
scared of.
dangerous.
Because if you go to feed him, because you always feed him when I'm at work, I say he would kill you.
I mean, all I can say is that, in the days leading up to his demise, it got really, really creepy. I mean, this poor dog didn't behave the same way anymore. I mean, he would stare at me. I mean, like he didn't even know me, and that wasn't normal, you know. Just like a zombie state, right? So, anyway, that scared me. And then when I went out to feed him, I mean, he'd just stare at me. But what really drew the line is when I put his food in his bowl, I turned to walk away and he just started following me, like creeping up on me. And man, he just had this god awful look, like he was staring right through me, like I was a piece of meat, okay? So it just got really scary. I noticed he started getting real nippy, like when we would go to feed him treats, he'd almost take your hand with him. So the personality change was the most horrific thing to have to deal with, really. And it was better that we had to put him down, but we never wanted to do that. But there's nothing you can do with that. I mean, rabies is not treatable. I mean, no. It would have gotten worse. So anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry about that. The way I write this is I'm not here to be an asshole.
No.
Really, I sit here and I daydream.
Man, no,
And
take
I
all
write-
the time you want.
I write wherever my mind goes. That's how this all came about. It wasn't intentional. I didn't mean to stir up anything at all. Do you want to know what these other options would have been? Other places you would have been stuck in? In Limbo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that was 3. If you picked 1, it was a convenience store. Honey, I wouldn't mess with it too much, okay? It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right, mister. Could you please join me? Please join me. I know you love the fucking music. It's just that it's so distracting right now. Okay, because the only reason why
listen, wait, stop,
Right.
listen.
It's very nice. I don't mean to press you, but I know we're on a time limit. That's all.
Yeah, but-
It's very fun. Okay.
Is that not nice?
No, I love it. I love the music. It's just that I'm just trying to get this together here. 43 minutes. Okay. Convenience store. That's if you picked 1. You've been sent to buy 10 items, but you keep bringing back the wrong products. After the 3rd run, you pause in the middle of the store and consider punching somebody in the face. So you were buying 4, and you would have to pick a number between 1 through 4 to determine who you're buying for. You're stuck in limbo, you're stuck in a convenience store. You keep buying the wrong things every time.
It's terrible.
It is. And you have to keep doing this again
So I
and
gotta
again.
pick,
You've got to pick a number between 1 through 4, so I can tell you who you're
4.
buying for, okay? So who are you buying for? Okay, who are you buying for? Your grandmother? Okay. Don't turn it up. I wouldn't turn it up, okay? Alright. Okay, it's very nice though. Your grandmother. So you're buying for her. Your grandmother is forgetting even common details she should already know. It's starting to look like early stages of dementia. It's not her fault, but she's ornery as hell with you because she's scared. Her life is spiraling out of control and there's nothing she can do about it. This may be the right time to consider putting her in an old folks' home. You love her, but now you're even scared to leave her alone by herself. It seems like both of these options hit home with you, because you did kind of go through that. You did have a grandmother who was, yeah. You picked 4. You picked 4. Now, do you want to know who else you could have picked 4?
Yeah.
One is your mother. So, your mother has totally undermined her husband, claiming that he is insubordinate and threatens to leave him almost every month. What makes matters worse is she has become solely reliant on you to take his place and assist her. That's not fair, but you listen like a good boy. She complains about you buying the wrong groceries and fully down-talks you, much like someone else you know. But apparently, Mama still got faith in you. Perhaps it's time to set some boundaries. That would be if you picked 1. If you picked 2, you want me to just quit altogether?
No.
I'm looking at your face and I'm just trying
I want
to...
you to keep going.
Okay, I want to intuit what's happening.
No,
okay.
You're
Because
doing good.
if this is dog shit, I'm just
No,
gonna
you're
stop.
doing good.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm anxious, okay.
No.
2, your girlfriend, that would be if you bought for her. Your girlfriend keeps changing her story habitually. She swears she has nothing more for you to buy, but by the time you get home, she's sending you out again. Now you're beginning to feel like a fool. What's awful is her own father warned you about this, but that's because he actually likes you. It's his daughter he has a huge problem with.
Man, see, I wish I would listen to that earlier in my youth.
Maybe
I had a father do that to me.
Maybe it's time to toss her ass to the curb.
My first wife.
Oh yeah, all she's done is lie and find fault with you. She claims to know what's best for you, but
I
now
thought it was a joke. But
she's
yeah.
gonna know what she's gonna know what the door sounds like as you leave.
No, man.
There you go.
See,
Yeah.
man, God bless his soul. Joe Peoples, it don't matter because he's dead now.
Right.
And he died, and he told me the same thing
He
happened
warned
to
you.
me.
Yeah.
He warned me.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, he said, don't do it. And I was in Newark, New Jersey, and he's like, man, they fucking, when they want life insurance policy, say, don't do it.
No.
But the thing is I saw it
Yeah.
with my own eye, and man,
Red flag.
and I ran. But the thing is, I got punched in the face, because you know what you gotta do?
Yeah.
You gotta look him in the eye and say, I don't love you, and fuck
Just
you.
be straight up. Yeah.
And you might get punched in the face,
Right.
but, and that's why I came back here.
Yeah.
But things just was not working out.
Right.
I just felt like I was gonna die.
And then you met.
But I was running the streets, man,
Right.
but it wasn't right.
Right. And then you met a little lady online, and she was up north in Michigan.
I know, and then I go
Right.
back up north, and I steal somebody from their father.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking for
kidnapped
him
me.
because he might come hunt for me.
No.
But you know what? There's no father in my style,
Yeah, you kidnapped me. And
as the old
drove 12
DB would say.
Yeah, drove 12 hours. Okay. Now, 3 would be if you picked your daughter. So you were buying for her. It says your daughter still thinks you're gonna be there to save the day well into her 40s, but she's got another thing coming. You're getting old and growing exceedingly tired. The only reason why you put up with this is she happens to be kinder to you than your own wife. But this is just ridiculous. Maybe it's about time you stop being stubborn and just let her find a husband already. So there you go. Damn.
You know what? That
Difficult.
sounds romantic. Romantic as fuck. Good luck at Home Depot, motherfucker.
You know, people find
me
themselves
tell
in
you
weird
something.
situations
Let me tell you
like that.
something, man.
They do.
You want to,
Yeah.
you want to be romantic, and you want to touch people's hearts, right?
Right.
But let me tell you what this world's gonna do to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna chew you up,
Yep.
and Moloch will spit you out like a fucking piece of fucking cum-driven nonsense,
Okay.
and you will have no reason. But to get up, you gotta keep getting up, stepping up, and keep redoing what you're doing. And over and over again.
Right.
You gotta fail so many
Right.
times to
That's right.
perfect your art. That is the only way. 20 years of writing.
Yeah.
20 plus years of writing. I'm just now catching my snatch. Let me tell you something. You know how it felt those 20 years?
Oh yeah.
You know the hells I've been through and how many times the things I've done. I mean,
Right.
to get to a point where you're starting to make sense, I'm
Right.
telling you, it is not an easy road.
No, it's
But
not.
you have to take it.
Yeah, you do. You don't want to be.
have to take it, man.
Right.
Man, because I've been on my feet and I've been running all my life. I've been everywhere.
Right.
I've stolen cars.
Right.
I've done things I'm not happy of, but
Right.
just to get by, I've done wild shit.
Okay, hon. Right.
But man, all I did it for is because I wanted to be a poet.
Mhm.
Just so I could have money to be a poet.
Mhm. All right.
And to finally get to be doing that,
Right.
I mean,
Well, don't mess it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's not mess it up.
But I mean, it gets rough.
Well, like you said, I mean, you can live in the past or keep moving forward.
No,
That's what
but
we gotta
I'm
do.
telling you, man,
Right.
that's a hard road.
It is, but you gotta keep moving. Like you said, you still gotta keep getting up every day. Because if you don't, you die, right? We just die. Okay. Do you want to know where else you could have been stuck? So that's it. We're done with the convenience store. We're done with that.
Let's do it. What else we got?
Your parents' bedroom. Honey, you don't look really happy about any of this, by the way.
Now you go to my parents' bedroom.
Your
No,
parents'
we going.
bedroom.
The only way is through.
Yeah. Now, this has gone too far. You wake up in your parents' bedroom only to hear the song Happy Birthday Sweet 16 on repeat. Only you're stuck in there for 6 hours. Every time you attempt to leave, you fall right back into the same room. What in the hell is going on? If you don't think this through carefully, you might never leave this room. Time to start looking around. There has to be a clue or some kind of escape. The windows won't work either. You just end up right back in your parents' room. So, okay. So you gotta get out of this room. So, you're looking for a clue or some way to escape. You have to pick a number between 1 through 4. That's what you'd have to pick.
2.
If you went with 2, okay, then you pick 2. 2 and 2. Look in the dresser. You find a various array of knives, switchblades. In here you thought no weapons were allowed in the house. Now you're left feeling even less trusting of your parents. But you still can't leave their room, nor that wretched song behind. So it seems like you may have been overcome with that, like the unfairness of that. Because they said there were no weapons allowed in the house, but you ended up finding them in their room. What do you need a napkin for? Okay. All right. I'll get a tissue or something. All right. Just wait a second. I'll be back.
It's bad when the drunkest motherfucker in the room moves faster than you.
He moves faster than me.
Nah, man, I'm thinking about the speed, man.
Mister.
This is a nice speed.
Mister.
I'm thinking about where I'm taking that.
You know why I couldn't move?
Yeah, now.
Do you know why I couldn't move?
No, tell me about the story again, though.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna keep up with the story, though. This is on the
I guess
show.
it's probably like nervous energy or.
What?
But
Now, where are we at right now?
I'm sorry it took me a moment to get up. Okay, I lock up and I just kind of have like a minor seizure event.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not even lying to you. I have that.
No,
it's not because I'm slow or anything.
I just want to know where we at.
It's my anxiety. So, that's the dresser. You find the weapons. You're still not able to leave the room, though. So I guess it's because you're more hung up on the unfairness of your parents having these weapons, and yet they told you they're not allowed. So that's a double standard. Okay. Now, there were other options. You could have looked under the bed, and here's what it says. You discover a letter under your parents' bed, of all places. Upon reading it, you almost throw up because it's addressed from your Uncle Jeffrey, and you hate him. It sounds like your father...
Well, I would never have anybody in my family named Jeffrey.
It sounds like your father may not be your real father. When you attempt to leave the room, you can finally pass, however. Well, at least you don't have to hear that terrible song now. So this one, I think, is about revelation. Like, you come to this... You reveal this information about yourself. And you had to reveal that information. You had to confront that. That apparently your father's not your real father, so that's strange. But you didn't pick any of that, by the way. You went with 3. You were by the highway with the dog. You could have looked behind a family portrait if you picked 3. You uncover a safe which happens to be carelessly left unlocked. Inside the safe, it is just filled with thousands of dollars. But you are led to believe all this time that your family is poor. Not knowing how to receive this startling revelation, you try your hardest not to jump to conclusions. Still, it is shitty knowing that this money has been here for who knows how long, and now you don't even want to know. Which is why you're still not able to leave the room, and that thoroughly annoying song behind. The truth hurts, but that song hurts even more. So there you're stuck. Alright, you could have looked in the closet. 4. You dig up family photos that you've never seen before, but all these people look to be mafia related? You don't know whether to be creeped out or intrigued. Should they even be hanging on to these pictures?
I already know.
Well, the good thing is, you can leave your parents' room now and say fuck you to that song. Who cares if you came from criminals? They'd probably treat you far better than Neil Sedaka, which I believe is the guy who performed that song. Okay, there you go.
Alright, how long we got?
That would have been... We're at 58:47. I am not done. There's one more.
Alright.
Okay, so we went through 1, 2... 1 and 2.
I'm not done either.
Okay. I did not know that. Didn't know. Okay. So, the last one. This is the last place you could have picked to be in Limbo. 4. At a bar. How you're going to be able to stop this is uncertain. You repeatedly get shot in the face every time you relive this memory because you can't quit flirting with this woman who is already blatantly taken. You keep putting the moves on her despite her boyfriend watching this all go down from 5 feet away. That is just too close. Also, abrupt as hell. It's got to stop now. But what will you do? How will you end this madness? So, mister, you'd have to pick 3 numbers between 1 through 6. 3 numbers.
I'll pick 3.
Okay. 3 and...
2 and 4.
Oh my god, all 3 of them. You picked all 3 of them and leave. Walk out. Okay. Here's what it says. As much as it's hard to resist the temptation, you decide it's time to walk the fuck out before you start some shit you can't finish. It's not easy, especially when your dick speaks louder than your better judgment, but you leave the bar and thus leave that terrible demise behind, okay? The other option would have been It's good you left, by the way. So then you can leave the bar and you don't have to keep reliving being shot. Okay. Confront the man. This is if you confront the boyfriend. As you might expect, this is all about who reacts the quickest, and you're too slow to react. Seeing as you let the woman interpose between the two of you, this is how she ends up getting you killed because her boyfriend ain't playing around. You could have punched the guy in the face had she not intervened, but nothing good would have come of it. Then they both would have hated you. So you get shot in the face again, and you still can't move on. What a bitch. So you gotta keep reliving that. So that's Limbo. That's Limbo. But like I said, is this limbo or is this drugs? You could just be on drugs too. But you're in a state of limbo. Alright, I'm done. We're done. Folks, we're really done. David looks very displeased. He's not very happy looking. Okay. He's focusing. David Gray? talking about?
No.
What are you
I
even
forgot
saying?
we was embarrassed. I was working on a song.
You're embarrassed because you forgot that we're recording.
And I was working on a song.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to do something with Lovesick Blues.
I know. You did it twice.
I know, I'm
Twice already.
trying to create a new version.
That's fine.
And I forgot we were recording. So I'm sorry.
Okay. It's
Good
fine.
night.
It's fine. Okay.
Podcast.
Alright. Okay. Tune in. Tune in next week.
No, hang on.
Oh
Wait
my
a minute.
goodness. Okay.
One more time.
Honey, we gotta wrap this up. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but we need to wrap this up because we're over an hour now.
Yeah, this is a good time.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need you to come over here and just say tune in next week, honey. We gotta go, okay?
Alright.
We really do. Because
We're gonna wrap this up.
otherwise it's gonna run over into another recording.
Thank you for joining us. We're working on a new magazine.
We are.
Like, I got a lot
Definitely
of catch
are.
up work to do. I've been writing a lot. Sorry I'm tired. But things are looking up. So
Oh yeah. We're still going strong.
We're gonna get it out there, and it's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah.
I hope you
We
like the
did.
sound,
We always
man.
do.
We're working on music
Very fun.
projects. We're working on getting new equipment. I'm cleaning out the room. We're gonna have a studio, hopefully.
Okay.
One piece at a time.
Right, okay.
I mean, shit don't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't. No. We're progressing.
But thank you. And I
Thank
love
you, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, man. It's been a wild night, dude. It's been a wild week, man. I had a rough one. But yeah, thank you.
Tune in next week. Bitches.
Bitches!